Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Star and Flurry. We're back on track for next week's readings. Um, and I'm going to use the Joker's Tarot, or the Joker, or I guess it's not even the, I guess it's just Joker Tarot by Corrado Roy, or Ra, I don't know if that's, in French it would be I can't even pronounce it, Pietro Eligio. Little Scarabeo deck. I just got this and I showed a brief um, part of it the other on my last video, and I've been working with it a little bit more in the last couple of days, and I just love it. It's a little creepy. I'll say that. So bear with if the readings are a bit odd. I'm just gonna read what I see, I guess is the best way to say that. And looking forward to it. The other thing I have sitting on my desk here that I wanted to share with all of you is I have for couple of years actually been trying to do a legitimate daily recording of my daily 3-card draws and have been highly unsuccessful. I just hadn't established a routine, and I didn't find the right book to do it in. You know, you need the right book, the right journal, the right whatever. And so I got this actually to fit my Hobonichi Techo for 2025, and it's just my kind of daily calendar kind of thing. And I started recording my daily draws, and so I wanted to share it with you. So what I do, it's so cool. I'm having so much fun. So normally what I'll do is I'll do a daily draw. I'll note the deck I used and then what the weather was like. And then I would kind of bibliomancy some stickers out of a couple of, celestial somethings and ephemer. I can't pronounce that word. And then just, stickers, because they're stickers. And I never was into stickers, but now they're kind of fun. Then the other week I started doing pulling stickers, kind of bibliomancy style. I got this new book. I should have brought it over, but it's this big, thick honker that I found at Powell's. That's just, what's it called? The Anti-Aquarian. Oh shit! Hold on, let me get it. It was very close by. It's called the Anti-Aquarian Sticker Book. Bibliophilia, and it is just full of incredibly fun, incredibly high quality. It has all the letters, so if you want to spell something out, you can. And just cool stickers. So what I did last week was I pulled, I got this at Powell's Books in Portland, but it's also available on Amazon. But last week I pulled stickers for the week and then did my readings, and it was really funny how connected they all were, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So I'm going to do that again on the weeks coming up. But anyways, I just wanted to share that. Look what I did! I'm very excited. And then back here, I have my shopping list. So I just carry this with me when I go to the store. It keeps me on track. But this turned out to be the perfect size, exactly what I needed to keep me on track. Oh, and the stickers I use are the ones from Wiser. You can there's some on Amazon that have been pretty good, but they're a little bit bigger. These are from Wiser Books, and I adore them. And they're really cool, and I'll leave a link. I think they're still making them. I actually stocked up on a few because I ordered one, I think, and then went back and they were out of stock. And I'm like, well, that sucks. But then I went back again and they had plenty, so I ordered more. Anyway, so let's get started. So fire signs. So again, this is the Joker Tarot. It's a little on the creepy side. Hopefully the readings won't be. I do use the images as I see necessary, but I do use the kind of the traditional meanings of the RWS as well. Okay, it's kind of like, that's my jumping off point, and then I'll use the images if I have any questions. Did I bring any? Oh, I did bring an oracle over. If I should need some clarification, I'll dig one out, but I don't have it here. Have it here. And this deck is not easy for me to shuffle. It's kind of, I don't want to call it cardboardy. I don't know what it is. It's an unusual cardstock choice for Los Scarabeo. I'll just say that. It's matte. It has that great sound, but it's a little cardboardy. But you know, now that I'm doing more side shuffling, I really don't. It's really not a factor for me, but nonetheless, it's kind of weird. Okay, so fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What is up for you this coming week? Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What's going on, peeps? Wheel of Fortune. I love that Wheel of Fortune. It's so pretty. Is that Judgment card? Yep. And the Magician. Well, you got some stuff going on. I mean, look at that. It's all major arcana. It's going to be a thick week of magic for you, is what it looks like to me. Yeah, Five of Swords underneath. I don't really pay attention to the underneath cards that much when I'm doing these readings, but just, you know, to take a warning that it showed it to us. So, you know, be mindful of petty squabbles that may pop up. They don't mean crap. With this in front of you, it doesn't mean anything. It just means, you know, the wheels are turning. The wheels of fortunes are turning. I can't tell you if it's in your favor or not. We're followed by the Judgment and the Magician. My guess is it's coming up for you. This to me, while Judgment is Judgment, it's also a celebration of what? Of transcendence, I think of this as like even a more powerful Hanged Man, just this incredible transcendence in and what do I try to say? And reflection upon one's life. And then here you have the Magician. Now, I always warn about the Magician. People love the Magician. I myself am a little wary of the Magician because he's very, he can manifest anything. He's got all the tools in his bucket. But where he falls in the major arcana is like what? Right after the Fool, you know. So let's not put him that high on a pedestal. I think he's, I think sometimes he poses as a wannabe. And so I think you need to be careful about that. On the other hand, it can also speak to kind of all of this happening in grand succession, that you've been working very hard for something, manifesting something very hard, and it is finally da-da, do-da-da-da, wow. I mean, this is just a very powerful yes reading to me, that, or finally, you know, kind of things are starting to turn in a very good direction for you. And that you were the one behind it. You're this guy here watching the wheel. Look at this. It's this really is a cool deck. So that's the wheel. I'll give you all a little closer look at all these cards as we go through, because they're just really, really special. Jeebus, I went into the Los Scarabeo site today, the one in Italy, because they frequently have these kind of thicker decks available in their tuck boxes, which means they use a different cardstock, a little bit thinner, easier for me to shuffle. And so I went to looking for this deck to see if they maybe had produced in that, and they haven't. They're actually, I think, sold out of the Joker Tarot temporarily. I don't think it'll come back. It's probably still available on Amazon. That's where I got mine. They also have these kind of special Kickstarter edition books. They're expensive. Well, I was going to say books, boxes. They're kind of expensive, but they include this deck, a bigger deck, and then a mini deck. And I mean a mini deck. Like the mini Deviant Moon. Totally worthless in my opinion. Way too small. But anyways, I have it because I collect, but I don't use it. But anyway, so in this box you get the big, this version, the big version, then a mini version, and then and it comes in this big box, and you get a big guidebook with it, as opposed to the normal kind of little white book that comes here. But it was pretty cool. Anyways, they didn't have it available in a tuck box edition, so I'm gonna keep my eyes out though, because they may at some point do that, so that'd be fun. Okay, water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What is in your cup this week? What up? Hello. sloppy with my cards. Sorry. Okay, water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What is on tap for you? Five of Swords. We saw that at the bottom of the deck just moments ago. Three of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. And on the bottom, the Four of Wands. So all is not lost. So there, it looks to me like something's going to go wrong. It's not horribly wrong. It's just maybe a bickering or a mini fight. You're going to feel like crap about it. And you're going to spin it in your head to the point where you just need to stop. Just, oh my God. You know, the Three of Swords, this is, to me, is one of the best cards in this deck. I am not a Three of Swords fan. Not necessarily because of what it stands for, but how it's almost always depicted as the heart with the swords in it, which is a lot of people take as, you know, kind of just this searing heartbreak. And I think of it more as your mind over your heart, that your mind is just struggling with the looping of the guilt and the heartache and the this and the that, and your head just won't freaking let it go. And that's painful, and that's a hard loop to get out of. I know we've all been there, but this particular card really speaks to the anguish related. It's like he's got his heart in his hand, but his other hand is just, Jesus, you know, what am I doing? And I think this speaks so well to my understanding of the Three of Swords. So anyways, you got a thing going on. You're going to feel like shit about it. But in the end, I think something brilliant is going to come from this. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this face. Good face. Good, happy face. Brilliant, strong arms holding the weight of this rooting sign, rooting suit. So I just think something good is going to come out of this. And that's frequently what happens when heartache, when heartache takes over your mind, and then you get to a point where you can finally let it go and open up and breathe and let your mind kind of expand beyond this, you know, frustrating loop that's in your head. Brilliance arrives. And so, so just know that whatever is going on will get better, and will get better for a good reason. So that's good. And then again, of course, you've got what I said was the Four of Wands on the bottom. Again, I don't always pay much attention to those, but they're almost acting like clarifiers today. So, so that's what I'm doing. And this is interesting. I just noticed this today too when I was looking at it. So the Four of Wands is like, you know, is usually what, isn't that the kind of a celebratory, like the wedding card or whatever they call it? And in this one, it's like this person has wrapped their shroud or their apron kind of around this other figure, and that while presenting him with the rose. So it's almost kind of like I now own you. So it's so interesting to me because I really think this offers up a different side of the Four of Wands, that it's not so much a marriage as it may be a bound connectivity that would be difficult to release. That's what this looks like to me. So I don't know. I don't see that going on in your other cards. So I mean, I think those are happy cards. I just find this interesting that that's what was on the bottom. I'll leave it up to you to go beyond that interpretation, figure out what that all means. But so it doesn't sound like a horrible week for the water signs, but I think you're going to come out smelling like a pentacle, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Where are we at for you today? I really like this deck. I wasn't sure how I was going to read with it today. I'm kind of in a weird mood, and maybe that's why I wanted to pick this deck. I was almost tempted to just go with a regular RWS, but I thought, no, this Joker's just sitting here staring at me. Let's give him a whirl. So anyways, air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do we got going on for you this week? King of Swords. Okay. Large and in charge. Ace of Wands. Large and in charge with a bit of fiery passion in your brain. and the Six of Pentacles. How cool, and the Hanged Man underneath. I, this is really exciting. This just looks to me like, and this, there's some brilliance going on right here when you get the King of Swords and the Ace of Wands together. And then the Six of Pentacles is that give and take. I think you're really going to have a remarkable, this says to me that you're going to have a remarkable moment or moments with a group that where the give and take of ideas and methods of madness is brilliant. And I think you're going to be exceptionally excited about what's happening. That's just what I'm seeing here. I mean, the King of Swords, oh, Ace of Wands, wah, and the Six of Pentacles, that exchange of goodness. And I like here, like when I made my tarot card deck and the Six of Pentacles, I made it a bird feeder with a little bird, because you feed the birds and they feed you a song. There's this beautiful looping of wonderful exchange. And I think this card is very similar. Interestingly enough, she's out there feeding the birds, which is really cool. And in return is getting beautiful songs, and they plant, like I have out in front of my house, I have this random strawberry bush. Small, the little super sweet ones. I never planted it there. It wasn't there when I moved in. It's a very strange place for a little strawberry bush to be, but there it is. And it's getting bigger and bigger every year. It's kind of growing across the ground. And I'm so excited. And I know it's because a bird dropped it there somehow and left this little gift for me that grows every year. And that to me is what this is about. So this is fun. And I this is my reading too. I've got like, oh goody, yay, I'm looking forward to this week. Whatever will happen. So anyways, that's looking like fun and goodness. Enjoy those brilliant moments. There's nothing better when you get with a group of people that somehow are all on the same page about accomplishing something, and the ideas just are bouncing around like crazy. Hardest part of that can sometimes be deciding on which one, or which three you're going to go with, whatever. But yeah, those are some magical moments in the meeting room. I've been in a few of them. It's really fun. Okay, Earth signs, my grounded people, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is going on in your lives this coming week? What week is it anyways? I didn't even look. So May 12th, the week of May 12th. Week of May 12th. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is going on with you? Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Hanged Man. So I think this is just when I refer to this as being connected in a way that may not be so healthy, I don't think that's a traditional meaning of the Four of Wands, but that's certainly what this is to me depicting a little bit. And also, is this, yeah, and this guy just, I mean, she looks like, okay, we're ready. And this guy's just like deer in the headlights, if not skull-like. So I don't know if that's a good thing. And I think you may, while everything is looking great and someone has you kind of wrapped around their little finger, you may recognize that and choose to move on. You may look at that and say, no, moving on. And you'll walk away with an incredibly new way of maybe looking at this relationship, looking at this person. It could be a person, it could be a dynamic within a workspace, it could be a dynamic with a neighbor. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person as much as it could be an idea, a dynamic of an idea that sounded really great at first, and suddenly you're just like, God, I can't even move with this. It was so great at first, and now I'm just frozen in time, and you're saying, I gotta go. Because I am just totally seeing this differently now. And I think, I think that's And I think you're making the right decision. What's under here? King of Swords shows up again. Yeah. He's the wise one. Yeah. Absolutely. So pay attention to what's going on. Don't feel taken advantage of. Feel free to walk away if you must. And I think you're going to find that from doing so, this will either catapult you into something else that's better, smarter, wiser, more supportive. It's all good things. Major, his face on this guy is just a little wackadoo, a little crazy. Might make you a little crazy, but I think in the long run, it's probably a good thing. Oh, those are fun readings. Thank you so much for coming by, everybody. Make sure I get these going in the right way. Thanks a lot, everybody, for coming by. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next week. Okay, bye.